Good morning to everybody. How you doing? Hope all is well. Keep up the beautiful work. Be'ezrat Hashem Yitbarach. We should only see Sason v'Simcha for all of Am Yisrael. Be'ezrat Hashem, the Mashiach will come. All those who perished over the years will see them with Beracha and with the Mashiach, with Tahiyat Metim and everything good. Be'ezrat Hashem. As much fun as the people in the Omer Adam concert had last night, Mashiach is going to be a gazillion times more fun. Be'ezrat Hashem, Yitbarach. We should only celebrate and have good things. Today's class is Lahatzlahat, Yosef ben Mazal, and Mazal Margalit Bahana, Psorot Tovot, Yeshuot, V'nehamot. We started discussing the laws of Shnayim Mikra Ve'echad Targum, and we're still in the beginning of the year. We all prayed for long life and meaningful life, Bezat Hashem, with good health. We on the holidays, Rosh Hashanah, Kippur, Zochrenu Lehayim, Melech Havetz B'Hayim. We're praying and praying, and we also prayed on Hoshana Rabbah. We prayed, we said Hotmenu Lehayim Tovim. So we want life, and it should be meaningful life and successful life and happy life, Bezrat Hashem. Well, there's a guarantee from our Chachamim, as we mentioned, that if you say Shnai Mikra Vechad Targum every week with the community, with the Sibur, that means you will live long, have long days, meaningful days, and long life with good health. Be'ezrat Hashem Yitbarach. Obviously, if it's not going to be with good health, Ma Hirvachnu. So if the rabbis are giving it beracha, they're giving it all the way, and it's a halacha. It's not like just an extra credit. Which reminds me, in Wisconsin, as teenagers in high school, people think they're allowed to choose if they're shomer or not shomer. Oh no, I'm not shomer, so I could tell, right? Obviously, we can't pick and choose which mitzvot we keep. Of course, being shomer is very, very necessary according to the halacha, according to the Torah. Well, Shnai Mikra is not just a nice thing you want to do. Shnai Mikra is a halacha, but it's only halacha for men. It's not a halacha for women. Women are not obligated in Talmud Torah. God bless, women are always learning. They're going to classes. They're learning, listening online. They're following what to do, how to kosher lettuce and all greens for bugs. And they learn how to, if the chedamic could cook, they learn the laws of family purity, what they're allowed to do on Shabbat, what they're not allowed to. God bless them all. However, even though they do learn, but they're not commanded to learn, because it says in the Torah, V'shinantam levanecha, to your banecha velo benotecha. And whoever's hayav in Talmud Torah is hayav in Shnai Mikra V'Hat Targum. But if you're not hayav in Talmud Torah, you're not hayav in Shnai Mikra V'Hat Targum. But now you might think someone on your caliber does not have to do Shnai Mikra V'Hat Targum, because you guys are already chief rabbi style. You're learning the hardcore Gemara, with the Ritva, with the Rashba, with the Rambam, with the Rif, with the Maharsha, and you're learning heavy duty Kabbalah, etc. So someone might think to just read the Homash twice, Heke, and the Unkelus once, that's small change compared to the heavy hardcore learning that you do. And between you and I, there is something to that with other learning. If you guys on your caliber could learn major league learning, then if you pull out the easy stuff, then believe it or not, it's considered bitul Torah. However, someone might think the same thing with Shnai Mikra V'Hat Targum, and the answer is, of course, they still have to do Shnai Mikra V'Hat Targum. Batya, he should rest in peace. His yard site is this Saturday in synagogue. We have a arayat. Come join us on Sunday night, Be'ezrat Hashem. Yitbarach. Not that anyone out there needs refreshments to come to a event like Batya. The refreshments are just for the cleaning people who clean up after. If you're coming for Hamad, that's the greatest refreshment anyone could ever ask for. But was anyone more of a hardcore learner than Hamovadiah Yosef? You can't even fathom what he was. And he still, every Friday night, we would eat dinner there, thank you Hashem, and then he would eat quick, say Divrei Torah, Birkat HaMazon, and then go learn. So a lot of times before learning, he would read the Shnai Mikra, but he also killed two birds with one stone. Why? Because he also always read the Torah. No one read as beautiful as Hamavadyah. No one hazaned as amazing as Hamavadyah. So the halacha also says, even if you're a pro like all of you still have to look over the parasha before you read. So he double dipped. He did the parasha, Shnai Mikra ve'Hal Targum. Now he fulfilled preparing for tomorrow, and he also fulfilled Shnai Mikra ve'Hal Targum. And so if he did it, of course, everyone we know has to do it, Be'ezrat Hashem. Now, let's say somebody's not on the level. They really, really can't do it. They're not so learned. They don't know how to read, etc. So we know there's a concept of if you try your hardest, that's all Hashem expects from you. So if someone doesn't know, if he only does the parasha once, but he never did it before, and he does it every year. So yes, there is something to that. And then you go up another rung on the ladder. Next year, we hope we'll be in Yerushalayim by then. Be'ezrat Hashem Yitbarach. Now, 3 years ago in synagogue, God should give us all perfect health and everything good. I got up to talk about Shnai Mikra v'Har Targum this time of the year. And a fellow came over to me and he said he started saying it. Why did he start saying it? Because of the next halacha, Hamavadyah tells us. Like we said, we should all be blessed with perfect health and everything good always. Please Hashem. But if somebody's blind, believe it or not, he's responsible for Shnai Mikra ve'Hartagum. Let's say he can't find it in Braille. What does he do? But he has to read it with his mouth, right? So what does he do? He has someone read it for him, and if you listen to someone reading it, it's as if you said it. Now it has to be live, and it can't be on a phone or Zoom or FaceTime, because even though you think you hear him, halachically it's not considered hearing, as we say all the time. If someone hears Havdalah on a telephone on Zoom, it doesn't count. If someone hears Megillat Esther on the telephone or Zoom, it does not count as well. But believe it or not, if you hear it on the phone and you're talking, you're repeating after what you hear on the phone. He says, Bereshit bara Elokim et hashamayim et haaretz, and then you say in your car as you're driving, even from a recording, Bereshit bara Elokim et hashamayim et haaretz. So therefore you're good because you just said it. You don't have to read it from inside. If you hear it well and you can repeat it well, then you are allowed to say it in that fashion. So Hamadyah says the blind person, God should watch us all, that he can't read, obviously, he has to hear it from someone else. So a guy in synagogue, 3 Simchat Torah goes, he tells me, Rabbi, I heard that halacha and I started saying Shnai Mikra, because if the blind guy has to say it and hear it, and his eyes are good, this fellow telling me, so how do I not say it? We have to thank Hashem that we have the eyes. And he said it for an entire year beforehand. And then I announced that 3 Simchat Torahs ago in Shul, and a guy said, if that's what that guy did, I'm going to say it. And he's saying it for the past 2 years, Baruch Hashem. And every year, of course, more and more people are doing Shnai Mikra v'Had Targum. Hamavadyah then goes into the subject, how important it is to teach the children Ta'amim. Thank you, Hashem. Our schools today teach the children Ta'amim. They learn Ta'amim in school. And a lot of kids believe it or not, prepare their own bar mitzvah reading. When we were kids, the rabbi didn't even teach us the ta'amim. All right, we weren't on the level that you guys are on now. The rabbi just told us how to pronounce each word and what the sound of the ta'amim for those words were, but he didn't teach us the actual ta'amim. We memorized 7, 10 pesukim, shalom Israel. But nowadays, the kids know what darga is, what azla gerish is, etc. Thank God they know it, and they know how to read it and prepare on their own. So thank you, Hashem. Your tuition money is going to good use. I don't want to talk about it too much because then the schools might say, you know what, he's right. We're going to add a little more this year, make it another 15%. Why not? They're getting their money's worth. So we're going to go to the next subject. We know there's a halacha. We must have said it 1,000 times, but just a quick repeat. We know, we said this last week, as a matter of fact, but I'll say it quickly. You're allowed in America to read Tehillim at night. Batya said that it's only in Eretz Israel, and even if you're in Israel, of course, we know it's only till midnight. And if someone's going to go, even though everyone's loving Omar Adam, but if it's a choice to listen to Omar Adam or to read Shnai Mikra V'Hat Targum, or say Tehillim, everyone will tell you to say Tehillim. Someone's going to sit there scrolling on Insta. The rabbi said we can't say Tehillim at night, so they're scrolling through nonsense. No rabbi on earth, even a reform rabbi, wouldn't tell you that. It's only a question, are you going to learn Gemara or are you going to say Tehillim? If the choice is that, then you go to Gemara. But if someone's going to sit there watching, in the old days we would say Tucker Carlson, but he's off that list. How you doing? So if someone's going to waste their time or say Tehillim, 100% we say Tehillim at night. 100% you can reach Shnai Mikra V'Hat Targum at night. Far away in Neverland, you go to a wedding and mashallah, Shirbu Simachot B'Yisrael. That's it. It's wedding season again. The valet boys are back. Julie Flower came back. We're back to Chala making many parties for all of Am Yisrael, shelemah. However, in Neverland, you look around the wedding and you see everybody has their phone out, and it's possible in Neverland they're going through their emails, they're scrolling on Insta. Like I once said, I was once in Arayat in Wisconsin, and a guy had an AirPod in, and he's straight out watching Netflix, a movie, even if it was Fauda. It's still not something we do in a Bet Knesset in middle of Arayat. And therefore, you should take advantage. If you're in these places and you start to get a little antsy, so we take out to have more apps of learning Torah on the phone. There's no excuse. There's Chumash, there's Navi, there's Gemara, there's Mishnah, there's everything, Baruch Hashem. So a person should do Shnai Mikra if the speeches by a wedding are too long. Another halacha that the rabbi tells us is that when it comes to reading, it has to be in order. Let's say somebody hears the speech today, so he wants to start Noach on Shabbat, and then he has time after that, so he wants to catch up on Bereshit, because you're supposed to really read all the parashiyot. And a person should not do that. If he didn't say Bereshit yet, he should say Bereshit first, and then he should go to Parashat Noach. And the same thing goes with the actual parasha. There are certain pieces of the parasha that we read in prayers. For example, Vayoshan Az Yashir, or Vayidaber, that we say before we put on, right after we put on tefillin, and Vaya Kivyacha. So if a person wants to say, hey, I just read Vayidaber this morning, so I'm good, but you read it out of order because Vayidaber is at the end of Parashat Bo, and therefore, if you read it before you read the part of the beginning of Parashat Bo, then that's not good. It has to be in order. Now there's another halacha that we know you're not supposed to do. You're not supposed to say Shema twice. Even if a person didn't have proper kavanah, he can't say Shema Yisrael Hashem Elokeinu Hashem Echad, Shema Yisrael Hashem Elokeinu Hashem Echad. You're not allowed to do that because it, God forbid, looks like there's two deities, Has v'Halila v'Has. And therefore, someone might think that if you're reading Shnai Mikra v'Har Tagum and you get up to the pasuk, we got a long time till we get there, but time does fly when you're having fun. It's in the book of Devarim. Inshallah, by then, even by Noach, inshallah, Mashiach will come, Bezrat Hashem. But it's in the book of Devarim. And when you get to that, could you say Shema Yisrael Shem Elokeinu Shem Echad, Shema Yisrael Shem Elokeinu Shem Echad, because that's the Shnai Mikra, or you can't because you're not allowed to say Shema twice? And the answer is, survey says you are allowed to. When a person's praying and saying Shema, then you're not allowed to because it's like a proclamation. But when you're reading the Humash, you're not making a proclamation. You're just reading the Humash, and therefore you're good by doing that. The rabbi also tells us when you do finish the parasha, the last pasuk should be, you should read the Chumash itself and not the Mikra and not the Targum. You should finish off because that's the main part of the reading, the Shnai Mikra, the Had Targum. So when you do finish, make sure you finish in that fashion that we said. There are some people that read it with the ta'amim. That's the way you're supposed to. But if a person doesn't know ta'amim, still they should read the Shnai Mikra Behar Tagum without the ta'amim. And God bless. God bless. There are certain chachamim in the world that read the Chumash twice from an actual Sefer Torah. There are Mikubalim in Israel. Hashem should give them strength and bless all of Am Yisrael. They stay up the whole Thursday night. They pray Nets Friday morning, right after Nets, before breakfast. They take out a Sefer Torah. They read the pasuk twice, then look in the Chumash for the Umkalus, for the Targum. Go back. Do you know how long that takes? That means Shnai Mikra takes about 3 hours. Not so easy after staying up the whole night and praying Nets, etc. God should give them all strength. But that's really the best case scenario. But of course, we don't do that, especially nowadays. Someone might take out a Torah, and not pronounce the words right, etc. So of course, they should read it from a Chumash. We'll stop here for today. I hope everyone has the greatest day. Keep up the excellent work. Good things always. May we hear good news for Am Yisrael today and every day. Take care. All the best. Bye.